ETV. If you've just joined us, a very good morning to you. It's what we call a Thankful Thursday. In a little bit, actually, we're going to get to hear your voice notes of what you're thankful for, right?
Yes,
I haven't even asked you, so we're going to get into that a little bit later on. Be sure to send through your voice notes. But right now, we're thrilled to have an absolutely remarkable guest joining us. Someone who embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship, innovation, and community development. South Africa development, actually, if I was to say something like that. Actually.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now listen, with a wealth of experience and dedication to promoting local business, happy MaKhumalo Ngidi joins us this morning to shed light on the importance of buying local and its profound impact on our economy and job creation. Happy MaKhumalo Ngidi, please welcome to the morning show. It's so good to have you back.
Thank you so much. So you have a beautiful home.
Thank you.
A new beautiful home.
Thank you so much. So much. I haven't had the housewarming yet. Invite, and then you can come see it in its glory. But it's good to have you here joining us again. I mean, we're now talking about the Buy Local Summit for the 12th edition of the summit, which is absolutely phenomenal. Do you find that, you know, the more conversation happen about encouraging people to buy local and creating the summit and this platform, that people are then starting to have their hearts drawn towards saying, okay, actually, let me check for that tag and see for that tick and say, yes, I'm going to choose to buy local?
You know, had you asked me this question 7 years ago, I would have said, not really, not yet. But now it's amazing to see that the buy local, support local narrative is so well received by many South Africans. They get it.
Yeah.
They get it. We're at a place where we feel South Africans get it. That it, you know, it's up to them, it's up to you and I and our viewers this morning to do something about it. I always say that if we don't do it, if we don't support local, watch local content, like, you know, buy locally manufactured cars, buy local furniture and all of that, it must start to feel like we've done something wrong. Because if we don't do it, who must do it for us as a people?
Right. And tell me something, as a local business owner yourself, right?
Yes.
What are some of the hurdles that you might have faced that you feel that this summit could actually help in answering some of those questions or helping with some of those challenges?
The biggest thing as an entrepreneur or a business is that you need a market to sell your product to. So you may have a great idea, IP, please call me, or you might have, or you may have a great product, but if you don't have a market to sell it to, it defeats the purpose. You will shut down, you will not make money, you will not, you know, run a profitable business. So I think as an entrepreneur, you need to be able to be in a space like the Buy Local Summit and ensure that, you know, you communicate your brand and your product to potential buyers, to consumers, even people who are not there, who may be watching on television on that day or listening on radio. They know that they may have to, you know, if they want your product, they have access to it somehow.
You know, I was having a conversation with Pat McCullough, the founder of the Top 16 Youth-Owned Brand Awards. And
Pat.
Yes, Pat on Brands. And he's doing some phenomenal work. And he asked this very important question at the media launch of the awards. He says, imagine a mall in Africa housing just African brands. And the same thing sticking about South Africa locally. So that is something that we don't have. You've got a Mall of Africa in Johannesburg and the majority of it is international brands. And I love that you mentioned right at the start of your answer, you say 7 years ago, you would have answered completely different. Do you find that with the rise of South African brands, let's speak specifically with fashion as an example, where we're seeing them being exported globally, so the top brands are worn by absolutely global influencers saying, hey, I want a Makhosa outfit, where they're saying, I want a Teba Magugu, a jacket or whatever it is. Do you find that as South Africans, we're becoming patriotic towards the products of South Africa and South Africans creating and no longer feeling like South Africans are just trying to I don't know, do something on the side, but they're actually putting out good quality product that could eventually one day hopefully become a mall with just South African products?
So we've moved from the Akashem era.
That is so true.
We are where we ought to be as South Africans, where we are confident that we can showcase our products globally without feeling like our product is inferior. And it is in the same spirit that at the Buy Local Summit and Expo this year, excuse me, we're replicating the Diamond Walk that you find in Sandton. We're replicating the Platinum Walk that you find in Oceans Mall in Durban, and we are showcasing the local walk with local designers, big and small. So there's a whole area at the Expo, at the Buy Local Summit, where you can walk and literally walk a maze and see all of these brands, some of which you were mentioning just now, and start to feel actually these are our people, these are our brands, and start to feel, relate to them and own them and want to showcase them to the rest of the world. So when the likes of Maxhosa and David are, in inverted commas, gallivanting the world, showcasing what we have to offer as South Africans. And also I like what you touched on when you said, the international artists come here and they want to be seen in local, clothing. Layla Hathaway was wearing a Zoketo. I wore it first, by the way, basically.
I think she saw your Instagram. What she's wearing.
And she came and she wore that. I mean, look at Beyonce, what she's doing with the Tebe Makuku. And it's just a beautiful place to be. And I think as South Africans, we literally need to own that. So if anything, some of, those people who are watching us this morning, come and walk the local walk. You'll see the diamond walk some other time. But for now, it is about the local walk and really get to engage with the clothes and be intimate with the clothes, engage with the designers and all of that. And we are those guys who are here to say, this is how we showcase to you how really lekker local is.
How lekker local is. Listen. Now, Happy, the Buy Local campaign has been around for so many years, right? And it's, like you said, it's been really instrumental in educating us and showing us how buying local really, like how lekker local is.
Yes.
I'm curious as to how you always manage to make it so relevant, because the market is continuously changing, but it's always so relevant, it's always so topical. And what are the strategies that you guys use to always make it impactful?
And so, we were tasked with the responsibility to ensure that the campaign is relatable. And it pleases me to sit here today and say to you, we know it is now. We know it is now. It's relatable. The public can hear us. They can see what we're trying to achieve.
Right.
And our task is to ensure that we don't do the same thing over and over again and hope for different results. So we chance takers. When you're a marketer, you've got to take a chance. And we want to change the status quo. And we want to be different. We don't want to be ordinary. We're extraordinary. And that's why we are confident enough to go to an airline and say to them, we want to host the fashion show on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy for aviation to even say yes to it. I mean, there's many dynamics around that. But I always say to the team, what's the worst that can happen? It's either a yes or a no. We got a yes. We got a big
phenomenal fashion show inside the plane.
We got a yes. So we do things differently. And I think, every marketing role that I've personally taken on is that I always ask myself, what am I going to do differently? I need to be able to look back and say, I did it differently. But I must also say that, the strength is in the team. Once the team that I work with, buys into it and they get it and they hear me, we create magic. And a boss who's supportive, who's very marketing savvy. In fact, every leader in an organization or company has got a team that has that WhatsApp group that you're not part of.
The other WhatsApp
the other one.
We don't have it here. We don't have it here. I just want to say we don't have
clear it out.
And I'm fine with it. And in that WhatsApp group, when they gossip about me, they say, there's Vuyo again, the big dreamer. Somebody has to dream. Somebody has to dream, but I cannot stress enough the fact that you are as strong as your team. And Proudly SA has got the most amazing marketing team. And I really, our job is to change perception. That's all it is.
And I wanted to say, actually, as South Africa, we've got a good team with brands like South Africa that's encouraging us to really be patriotic about what we have here at home. As we're wrapping up our time together, I want to definitely be a part of that walk and walk by there and experience everything. Experience local products made beautifully, telling our stories as beautifully as what they do. Where can people expect this? Where can they get more information? When is it happening? All those details.
Let me tell you this, it is free to attend. We're going to play an Oprah moment. Everybody's invited. Everybody's invited for free.
Yeah.
Free attendance. Go to our website, which is www.buylocalsummit.co.za, and you can register. We just need to know how many people are coming, but we got you.
Yeah.
We got you, so, you know, everybody's invited. But go to our social media platforms as well. You know, the information is there, and it is happening next week on the 25th and 26th of March at the Centon Convention Center. But I can't go without telling you, we're also celebrating the creative industry.
Yeah.
We're zooming into the Amapiano genre.
Come on.
We think that as South Africans, we're underplaying the power that we have in that genre. So we're getting all of those young people in the room, and we're saying they're the economy of our country tomorrow. And we getting them in the room, we're getting the founders and the creators of the genre, and we're celebrating, and we're looking into the business of music, creating jobs, sustaining jobs, contributing to the economy. It's going to be a lovely thing to come and watch. We have everything for everybody. If you're looking for a car, like a great car, that's a place to go. If you need to, you know, change and DIY your home, it's a place to be. If you're needing shoes and clothes and you know, smartphones and all of that, we are the place to you know, for you to come and visit. See you next week at the Buy Local Summit in Expo.
I love it. I love it. You know what we should do, actually? I think for the viewers that may be further out of the country, I think what we'll do, I'm taking a risk, and I'll put it in the WhatsApp group, not the side one, the main one, right?
The main one.
That we, as TMS, we go shoot at the summit and showcase it to anybody else that can't make it to the walk, and really just showcase some of the local brands that are there, and really amplify the work that's done through the summit. I think that's going to be
That's a date.
That sounds like a date. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was so phenomenal, and we're absolutely excited about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh man, it sounds like it's going to be an absolute treat. We're talking about the summit that's going to be happening next week, the 25th and the 26th of March, and you want to make sure that you get yourself there. Go to www.buylocalsummit.co.za. Just register there. Make sure you book your space. Don't go anywhere, and join us as we take a walk through and celebrate Amapiano.